Do you feel yourself getting frustrated by the minute because you're sick and tired of trying affirmations for confidence and they're not working? In this video, I'm going to show you the missing keys that you're lacking. So what we're going to look at is, one, we're going to look at those missing keys. Two, we're going to look at how you can align your belief. And three, we're going to look at what you can do to get yourself unstuck. Now make sure that you stick around until the end, because I'm going to share a big secret that will see you stay the distance with your affirmations and have them work much more effectively. You'll also receive a free copy of the Reinvention After Divorce Starter Kit. So make sure you look out for that in the links below this video as well. Hey, gorgeous woman in midlife, it's Fiona Christie here from The Internalist, where we help women build courage and confidence so they can reinvent themselves after divorce. Are you new here? You'll find more videos on this topic in the description box below this video. So be sure to check those out. And while you're there, check out your free copy of Reinvention After Divorce Starter Kit. Do you believe what you're saying when you repeat your affirmations? I'm guessing not, because otherwise you wouldn't be here and your affirmations would be working. So that's one of the keys, is you have to actually believe that your affirmation will work for you. Like if you're here and your thought pattern is, and so let's say your affirmation was, I am a confident person, right? And so you're struggling to move on after divorce, right? So one of the things that you're struggling with is you want to build more confidence. And so you're here, say you're quite shy, and so you're maybe at a 2 out of 10, here's the scale. And you're quite shy, but you want to be the belle of the ball. You want to be the shining light of the party. And so that's a 10. So I'm guessing that your belief is, you could say this affirmation and say, I'm a confident person, I'm a confident person. But meanwhile, your negative chatter in the background is saying, who are you kidding? You could never be confident. And oh my God, that means you're going to have to get up and speak out in parties or whatever it means. So if you don't believe that the affirmation is possible for you, then there's no way it's going to work, okay? But also, if all you had to do was say, I believe such, then it would work. Then that's not quite right either. So I'm going to detail that a little bit further. So let's start with the missing keys. So they are feeling and belief. In order for your affirmation to work, you must feel like it's possible. You might, so there's new science that says that our heart is actually the first brain, so you've got to be able to feel as if something's possible, and then you'll begin to believe it. And then as you say the affirmations, you will then shift your vibration. Now, if you don't know about vibrational energy, where like attracts like, and we all vibrate at a certain frequency, then you will definitely want to check out the video linked in the description box below, because that's going to explain how that's going to work for you and how you can tap into that vibration with your affirmations. So just know that you've got to feel and believe that that affirmation is true. And later on in the video, I'm going to show you how you'll do that. So make sure you stick around. So just to recap, in order for your affirmations to work, you've got to be able to feel what it's like for that to come to fruition. And once you do that, you'll then be able to believe that it's possible. Okay? So the next piece in the puzzle is, how do you align your feelings so you can believe? Well, the new thought science, as I've said just before, is that the heart brain is actually our first brain. So that's actually what, I guess, dictates what we will and won't have in this life. So whatever you believe to be true and feel as if it's true, you're far more likely to attract that to you. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I'm just checking my notes and making sure of what I was going to say. So let me give you a really good example. Some of you may have heard of Greg Braden. He's an amazing scientist and a new thought leader. Anyway, he was in the movie called You Can Heal Your Life, which Louise Hay and Hay House Productions produced. And so in there, he told a story about so he lives in the United States, and it was at a time, I can't remember the year, but when they had to carpool because obviously maybe there was restrictions on petrol or something. And so he teamed up with someone from his work who lived quite close by. And Greg already knew that this guy repeated affirmations to himself on a daily basis. So when Greg turned up at his house, and his friend wasn't quite ready yet, and he went to the bathroom to go to the toilet or whatever, and he noticed that on the mirror and around the bathroom there was, we call them post-it notes in New Zealand, but I think that you might call them sticky notes. And so there were sticky notes everywhere saying, my perfect partner is with me now, or I attract the most beautiful woman I could ever hope for, or I don't know, that, whatever affirmations they were, because he was trying to attract his perfect mate, right? And so then his friend was ready. They got in the car, and Greg got in the passenger seat, and he noticed that the affirmations were like on the we call them a sun visor, and they were, around the car. And he says to his friend, "So how's the affirmations working for you, Joe?" I don't know what his friend's name was, but I'll make up Joe. How's the affirmations working for you? And his friends goes, "Oh, well, nah, they're not really." And Greg goes, "Well, why do you think that is?" And his friend answers, "Well, look at me. Who would want a relationship with me?" So he didn't believe it was possible. His affirmations were never going to work because they were empty. So what you've got to do is feel the affirmations, breathe them into your heart center, and there's a few exercises that I'm going to give you that will help with that. So a really great question to ask yourself is, how do I align my beliefs and feelings with my affirmations? How do I align my beliefs and feelings with my affirmations? And that's what I'm going to show you in this video, how you're going to do that. So here's what to do if your affirmations aren't working for you. There are 3 steps. 1, ask yourself, how far away am I from the result I want? So before I talked about if you're at a 1 and you want to be at a 10, then, there's some work you need to do in between, okay? So you're also going to run through the Belief Buster, which you'll find the video linked in the description box below. I will tell you about the Belief Buster in a moment. And you're going to ask yourself, after you've done the Belief Buster, which basically is looking at busting that belief right out of the water, you're going to ask yourself the following questions. What is the cost to myself and others if I continue with this belief? In other words, the belief that this affirmation won't work. 2, if this affirmation were true for me, what would my life look like in 12 months' time? And 3, what evidence from my own life, for example, where I have been confident, can I find? So you might say, well, actually, my affirmation is to be a confident person because I'm not already, but everybody in their own way has some confidence. So it might be something like, well, I'm confident telling my friends about my love of gardening, or I'm confident in making the tea at work because I make a really good cup and everybody raves about it, So it might be something really small, but I want you to dig deep and find that confidence that you have already in your life. Because finding evidence is going to help you believe that other confidence is possible for you, right? So next, so that was number 3. Number 4 is I want you to turn your question, your belief statement into a question. So, if I'm already confident, so in other words, I'll go backtrack a bit and make this a bit easy. So, I guess your belief was that you're not confident, and that's why you've got this affirmation to help you believe that you are confident. So, the opposite of I'm not confident is I am confident, right? So if that new belief or that affirmation is true and it had already happened that you were confident, how many ways can you continue to find that you would display confidence? For example, if that belief were already true for me, that I am confident, I've been saying my affirmations and I've been doing my beliefs and my feelings, and now I am confident, how many ways am I displaying that? If you stick around to the end, I'm going to reveal why they don't work and one important factor that will help you. So you take you with you, all right? If you want to be the life and soul of the party and you're shy, then you've got to take micro steps. So remember I said if you were at 1 and you wanted to be at 10, you've got to sort of give yourself increments to get there, and you will find evidence in the micro moments. So micro steps lead to macro moments. I also want to ask you, I want you to also ask, and this is part of question 4, who else am I attracting into my life? What am I wearing? How different do I look? What has changed in my life now that I'm confident? So I want you to sort of see yourself in the future, because you can say, I am confident all you like, but what does that mean? And specifically, what does it mean for you? And you will learn more about that in the video linked in the description box. But you really want to get clear about why, you have to make this a big why for yourself. What is confidence going to give you? What will it mean in terms of how you will look, feel, act? Who will you have in your life? What things will you have done because you are confident? Okay, so do you get my drift? Great. This is going to create the momentum for you. This stuff is amazing. Without it, you might as well not bother saying your affirmations. Okay, unless it's an affirmation that you actually believe to begin with. Hey, a quick disclaimer. Look, I can't guarantee that you will get results. Nobody can. But what I can say is that if you're consistent with this and you breathe into your heart center, your heart, and you feel as if this is true for you, and you close your eyes and you breathe and you step into that scene and all that you can get the directions from or instructions for in the video linked below, then your life is going to shift, right? But it might shift in micro elements. So what I would say to you is keep become a detective of your own life and notice, because what you'll find is that you'll notice subtle changes at first, right? Little things will happen that you'll go, oh, and unless you acknowledge that and stop and go, oh my goodness, that was a confident moment. And actually, it's like when someone gives you a gift, like a lot of people are like this. And I imagine if you're lacking in confidence, you may be one of these people who doesn't take compliments well. So someone will say to them, wow, you make amazing cakes. You should open a stall at the local farmers market. And you go, oh, yeah, but that cake wasn't as good as I could do. And, the icing wasn't that great. And so the other thing you've got to learn to do is to avoid doing that. And by the way, I have a freebie called The 7 Secrets, which you can find over on my website. And if, my website's linked in the description box below, and that tells you one of those strategies. Okay. So What you want to do is just stop. When you notice these micro things happen in your life, I want you to stop and I want you to have gratitude. And I want you to accept that and sort of, it's like you're accepting a compliment from someone. You know how if you give someone a gift, you don't expect them to go, oh yeah, well I didn't really deserve that, and oh you know how if you give someone something and they say, oh you didn't have to, oh no, look, you shouldn't have given me a gift. How does it make you feel? You don't feel very good, right? So I want you to stop that behavior right now if that's you, and I want you to start accepting that. And one way you can do that is to notice the micro things that are happening in your life, the changes that are happening as a result of you feeling into these affirmations, and then you will start to um, and then I want you to give thanks. Like, so I might stop and go, wow, thank you, confidence. I see you there. I know you are a part of me. And I thank you so much for coming out today. I mean, it sounds really weird, huh? And woo woo if you're not used to this kind of stuff. But believe me, it blimmin' well works. I was going to use a swear word then, but I won't. It works. Oh my God. If I can take myself from being a remedial reader and having trouble learning as a kid, and a person who didn't have any self-belief at all, to becoming a published author and running a YouTube channel and working with clients, all over the world, then you can do this. I know you can. I've seen transformations with affirmations, but a lot of people believe that they're just a waste of time. And that is because they don't include crucial elements. So anyway, enough of that chatter. What I want you to do now is I would really like you to have a look in the description box below and click on those other videos of mine and watch them. And I also want you to download your free copy of the Reinvention After Divorce Starter Kit. And I believe we're also going to give you a copy to a, what do you call those things? It's like an infographic telling you the steps that I've just taught you about today. So I would love you to join me on the next video. And I thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you then. Bye for now.